Record. Alrighty. Welcome back to another episode of Its Dyer thing.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
My little furry microphone
so
buddy.
Here, I got another one. Do you want to I'll leave it free for the evening? So, all right, on this episode here, like I said previously, as much as we can, we will try to do some small edits in regards to questions and answers and just general chatting as it gives us an excuse to eat some chicken wings. This guy is absolutely busting himself with soreness, which will bring us to the first question. So, as I said, I post our videos, and any kind of questions that we will get from you guys, we will review them the following week. Now, unfortunately, we didn't make it last week. It was just so busy, so loud, so I did not want to do it. So we got 3 questions here that we have to discuss before we can continue on with our other super duper stuff. So we got John, Sage, myself, and you guys. Again, thank you for tagging along. Question number 1, actually.
Now, keep in mind, I don't know any of these questions yet. It's not like I had time to research any of it. So he's just kind of like
just impromptu,
just spring it on me.
That's up to you, man,
Okay.
to check out the channel and check out the questions. All right.
Okay.
So we, like I said, 3 questions are fairly simple. Question number 1 actually was from Mr. Lynn Smith in the UK. So Lynn, again, thank you very much for tuning in. He's been a big follower for a long time now. His question was Canadian winters.
Yes.
What are they like here? Again,
Look outside.
He's from the UK, right? So generally in the UK, if they have like this much snow, it's like total dead stop, pandemonium, craziness. Actually, we have a new staff member that started working with us at Yamaha who just came from the UK, and he's just having a bit of a hard time adapting. So
Snow tires.
Snow tires. For the most part here, I mean, in Toronto region, I think we're pretty lucky, right? I mean, we don't get that much snow.
Compared to the rest of Canada, we're pretty good.
We're pretty good. So for the most cases, I would say on average, minus 20-ish
is the coldest.
Sometimes
on the average. That's an extreme. Again, we're talking average. So anywhere between minus 10 to minus 20. I would have to say on a general winter yearly basis, 3 foot of snow in total. Come winter time. Definitely not something that you can go and ride. So for the most part, I would have to say the motorcycle riding season ends come by October when you're pushing it.
I mean, we've had years where, like, I rode in December, I've rode in January and February, but again, those are kind of like one-offs. Right?
One-offs. So, what happens though is, I'm not sure if there's a specific time or specific date when they start spraying the salt on the roads, right? There's 2 different kinds of salts. They have the granular salt, and then they have the spray salt.
The brine,
right? And what happens with that, I find, is even though you think it kind of dissipates and kind of goes away from the road, when you're following other cars, you can still see it kind of kicking up, right? So that gets inside your bike, and it just completely destroys it. What happened to the R3, right? So you get a lot of corrosion components or a lot of composite on it and a lot of calcium buildup on it.
It gets in where the sun don't shine.
It gets in where the sun don't shine. So anyways, for the most part, riding season is done from, I would say, late October till I normally come mid-May. So
you might get lucky and get April, but
we just eat wings and we're just completely depressed. So
there you go.
Question number 2. Actually, it wasn't really necessarily a question. It was just a shout out to Zacharia. Zacharia, he's actually a local guy here in Toronto. So again, thank you very much for giving us a shout out and tuning in. A quick story about Zacharia. He is a gentleman that is a Yamaha owner, and what we do, or what Yamaha does on an annual basis, is win your finance. So if you bought a product through Yamaha Motor Canada and had it financed through Yamaha Motor Canada, you are entered into a yearly or an annually draw of the possibility of winning your product. Well, Zachariah was the fortunate person this year who actually won his bike. So he ended up buying a Tracer GT 2019.
Wait a second, he could have picked any bike?
Well, no.
Okay.
No, it's he picked his bike, he financed it.
Oh, and he won,
and then that goes into
Okay.
the draw, I guess, right?
Well, that's a good bike.
So he wanted that bike, he really fell in love with it, and he decided to buy it, bought it, got it financed through Yamaha, and then it was entered into the draw.
Yeah.
He was actually the winner, so Yamaha had reached out to Zachariah, brought him into the head office to discuss and let him know what it was all about, and kind of award him the certificate, I guess it was, and the payoff purchase of his bike. So basically right now, he's just got himself a brand new bike.
Perfect.
Zippo for free, man. So, and again, thank you very much for following along. I do appreciate all your assistance on that. Now we'll swipe that to the go. Last topic.
Swipe left.
Swipe left. Swipe left. The last topic, which is the most sensitive topic.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about this, so I do not want to get into too much details. But from perspective of actually three of us, it's going to be pretty good here. You, from being a business owner and a service provider, it's good to have some feedback from him from being a consumer, and myself being from a consumer to a dealer to a manufacturer. Customer service.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Very lacking.
Oh, geez. This is like
Very
this could be like a million-hour topic.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So, anyways, we had Mr. Christopher Dyer. Yes, my father. Thank you very much, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Asking us to touch a little bit on how important is customer service. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all know and we all say that customer service is absolutely extremely important.
Yeah.
Customers always right. Yes. To a certain
When they're not right.
when they're not right, to a certain point. I mean, of course, we all want the customers. The customers are the ones that bring us the money and bring us the revenue. And it is important for businesses to businesses. But to a point, man, it's so touchy. Because it's just like, as much as I agree with it, I also disagree with it. Again, sometimes the customers, I find they take it beyond what it should be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say that you abuse it, but there's to a certain point where, yes, you want to make sure that you satisfy your customers and you provide them with the product and service as much as you can, but without it hurting your business, right? I mean, I'm sure you see it on your side of things where, certain people have expectations, right? You can't always meet, you can't please everybody, I think. Right?
I think there's differences, right? I mean, if you're looking for bargain basement pricing on things, then you can pretty much expect bargain basement customer service.
Customer service,
right? And I think those two kind of go hand in hand. At the same time, if you're paying, average or premium fees for whatever, then you should expect average or at least premium customer service, right? But I think where there's a problem is sometimes, there's products out there that are very, kind of bottom of the barrel, and yet people are still expecting premium customer service. So the two have to kind of go together.
Yeah, there's always that disconnect sometimes, right? As to what, exactly what you get, what you pay for.
Yeah,
right?
like if I'm spending $500 a night on a hotel, I want the nice bed sheets. I want a little bit of extra service or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm paying, I don't know, $90 a night at a hotel, then I'm okay with wallpaper falling off the walls or whatever, right? So
as a service provider, though, I mean, is there to a point that sometimes you would say, like, sorry, enough is enough, I can't do it?
I mean, in my business, because I teach martial arts, right? And martial arts has always kind of been looked upon as almost like you're supposed to be a monk, right? And that everything's supposed to be about almost like charity, right? And in this day and age, when I have to pay rent and my rent is like $6,000 a month, there's certain things, unfortunately, that we have to charge for, right? Back in the olden days of martial arts, there was no money exchange whatsoever. It was just like, I'm the master and I accept you as a student, and you're thankful that you are getting taught martial arts by me. That's like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But nowadays, it's different. It's a business. It is a business, right? And but at the same time, you have a moral obligation to kind of teach properly. So you can't just be all about the buck. You can't be all about just the money and revenue. You have to strike a balance, right? And I think that's important.
And that still falls also on the same aspect of anything, I presume. Like whether if you're getting your car serviced or you're buying, no matter what, products or anything, right? So it definitely all falls suit on it. Like I said, and we both agree, it's such a touchy subject that this could last forever. Again, you get what you pay for, but you can't also over expect. Like certain things, there's certain warranties end, and certain things are designed to be replaceable, right? And at sometimes, customers, even myself, might be a little bit, asking too much. So anyways, swipe left on that. I don't even want to get into this anymore, so we're done with that one.
So I think the bottom line, though, is that you should expect to get what you pay for.
Expect to get what you pay for, and might not always necessarily win or not win, but I'm just saying it's not a competition here either. But sometimes you have to be willing to accept no as an answer, right? On my side of things, when I look at it, because I take care of warranties within the Canadian region for our company, I kind of distance myself from both parties. So I distance myself from the vendor, from the Yamaha, the company that I work for, and from the customer. So I basically look at products really from an outside point of view, and I look at the actual product itself as to what is or is not wrong with it, and vice versa, right? So it's I don't take sides. And it's hard, and both customers and both providers need to kind of come up with that fine balance. So customer service, like I said, it's a never-ending subject. It's touchy.
But at the same time, you should always, as a service provider of any kind, you should always try your best to
compromise or
to help out, right? To help out whenever you can, right? Because obviously the product, or the service, whatever service that happens to be, you know it better than the consumer. Well, hopefully you do. And therefore, if you see that the consumer is somewhat lost in trying to fix their problem, you should go the extra mile to help out, instead of just being black and white and saying, well, he didn't ask me, so I didn't tell him. Like maybe you should divulge a little bit of information. Maybe you should try to help out a little bit. Right?
Just because you say no as a provider or as a reseller or anything, just because you say no doesn't mean you're losing that customer, right? And a lot of companies, a lot of people, I think they tend to get that perspective of, oh my God, if I say no, the guy's never going to come back. Perfect example is this young man here from Xbox, when he buys a lot of software, Xbox games and stuff like that. Sometimes the product isn't to your expectations, right? As a consumer. And then you decide, you know what, I want a refund on the product, which then he submits a refund, and exactly like Sage said, they refuse the refund, right? They reject it.
Buy it,
Then you get angry, but what happens right after?
Buy more.
That's loyalty, right? You become a loyal customer to them, even though they said no.
It's like a drug, video games.
It is. And he still buys more anyways, right? So technically speaking, like I said, even if you say no, it doesn't necessarily mean, you're a bad person or whatever. Anyways, we're done with that. Moving on. All right. Policies. I don't know. It's hard. It's a touchy subject. Anyways, if you have any more questions, give us a shout out down at the bottom here. We'll definitely go review them. Hopefully we'll get a heads up ahead of time, so that we can talk about them on our next video that will be happening. Special little announcement. I do have a couple of little goodies that I am going to most likely be giving away. So a couple of R1, a jacket or something like that. Something I picked up a couple of gift items here. So I'm going to go through any of the comments that I have on this video here and I will do a random draw from that, and let's see if we can figure out how I can get these products out to you. No, you don't get to pick and choose what it is. It's just basically a random draw of anything that I do have here, which are all brand new product here from Yamaha. So yes, it is labeled Yamaha, and if it works out for you guys, absolutely fantastic. If not, we'll figure something out. Anyways, whatever. I don't mind doing that, and again, I thank you very much for your support on that one. So, cool. Next topic. John's got some fun stuff, and yeah.
Well, this is not one of the freebies. I had to pay for this, by the way. Just saying, okay.
You had to, so
I got something.
We were talking about last video on accessorizing our bikes, and just kind of, especially during the wintertime, this is what we really do. Is
we have nothing else to do.
There's nothing else to do. Super sucks, man. So. We did speak about a couple of the decals and a couple of the small changes that John was doing to his GSX, his Gixxis or his GSX S1000.
1000.
So far you got what? Something else.
I ordered a couple different things.
Beat me even more. You're gonna.
I ordered a few different things, and you know, some of those items came in already, but they're like nothing really worthy to talk about. But this,
no, man, because you told me you got the shorty levers, right?
I did, yeah.
So.
And they're red, you know, so...
Okay, did you install them on?
Not yet.
The fit and finish of them?
Yeah. No, they're pretty good. Actually, I was going to bring it. But I just figured, you know what, you've seen a pair of shorty levers, you've seen them all.
I've seen them all, I've seen them once, seen them all, but one of the big things is, and it was on one of my past videos, and I got tons of views on that one, actually. Lots of inquiries, was the comparison of Jill's Tooling, right? A high-end lever versus a $42 Chinese brand, right?
Yeah.
So for the most part, I mean, when you do your research and you get the good quality knockoff ones, the quality is absolutely fantastic. There's a company that I've been dealing with since last year, actually, on all of my aluminum products and levers and stuff. It's called Factory FX. No, what is it? Shit. FX CNC or CNC FX. Anyways, I'll post it up there. I'll make the corrections, but I think it's called FX CNC. A Chinese company. They do in-house building of aluminum components, especially levers, and their levers are like top-notch, absolutely fantastic. One of them, which is just 2-second story, I was having trouble with the MT10 because when you search it, they said that MT09, 7, and 10 and FZs were all the same perch, same levers, but they're not. So be warned when you guys do buy knockoff levers or inexpensive levers, I guess you would want to call it, econo levers. And if you have an MT10, be prepared to do a lot of modifications to do that for it to fit on, or just go with a top brand company, but you are going to be paying big bucks. Anyways, so I was working with a company, and they sent me off a couple of different perches, and I did some modifications, got it installed, everything works fine, so I'm absolutely happy on that. So anyways, now to you.
Yeah, my levers that I bought, I mean, they were like, I think like 25 bucks or something like that.
So
really, really cheap.
As long as it's got the double brackets in there and it holds
does,
nice.
Actually, the quality looks really good. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know, but I did look at it, and it looks nice. It's got a nice, good weight to it.
Once you put it on, just make sure the cable, so it doesn't come in contact.
Exactly.
Like that, but other than that.
Anyway, so I've been doing...
This is another kick-ass Rob.
I've been doing some research. And I was going to get a Power Commander 5, right?
Okay.
I was talking about the Power Commander. I didn't want to go with an ECU flash or anything like that. So I thought Power Commander, and I guess that's my only alternative.
Right now, his Gixxis does have the exup removal. And so the exup eliminator
and decat.
The decat, and that is it. Nothing else has changed.
And
air filter? No. Same.
Well, I ordered a K&N as well.
Okay, so we haven't put it on though. Like last year when you were running last year.
No.
All those times when you were beating my ass.
Stock filter. But now I got the K&N. So I was thinking that, with the K&N, my bike out of the factory is probably running a little lean. Just a little bit, I'm guessing. So with the K&N, it's probably going to be a little leaner.
Even more leaner because more air is going to get through
and now I have a decat, so now there's more, exhaust gases coming out faster. So I thought, I need something to enrich my fuel a bit. And
Even
I
though,
thought
like, yeah.
Power Commander was the only way, I thought.
Yeah.
But again, with
The
the Power
ECU
Commander
compensates, though.
Yeah, it does a little.
For a bit.
Sure.
Okay.
But then I thought, getting a Power Commander is something that I really didn't want to get into, and then all the different maps and everything else.
Yeah.
Right? I just wanted something really simple.
Did you go on to Power Commander DynoJet to see if they actually had maps for your bike?
Yeah, I've actually researched it quite a bit,
Okay.
and again, it's a little bit more complicated, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted something that was really simple.
Yeah, plug and play and go.
So I was doing a little bit of research. I'm just like, just looking on YouTube and Google and everything else. You know. And anyway, I came across a product called the
I'm gonna
Booster
kick Bob's butt.
Booster Plug. Okay?
Booster Plug.
So now it hasn't even been opened yet, right?
Oh,
so we can
okay.
do an unboxing
We're
video.
gonna do an unboxing
right?
video.
But in any case, so what this is supposed to do, according to the makers, the manufacturers,
Yep.
I think they're out in like, I don't know, like Denmark or I don't know where.
Oh, in Europe.
Yeah, in Europe
Awesome.
somewhere,
Thank
yeah.
you so much, dear. Mashed potatoes.
Great.
Awesome. Look at that, man. Oh, smoke. Thank you
you.
so much. Check out these wings, man. These
Mine are
just-
not grilled.
Yours are not grilled. Hey, you know what? That's not so bad too, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I always have them grilled just to kind of take off that sauce, but
Yeah.
they came in still fairly dry. These best wings in town. Colonel Mustards. Oh my God, Markham, Ontario. Anyways,
So what this is supposed to do, it's so like I said, it's out of like, I don't know, Denmark or Finland or something like that. And apparently the guy wrote a book about fueling and ignition and everything else. So I guess he's very well
on
informed.
multiple bikes
Yes,
or
in bikes in general.
In bikes in general. Okay.
So I guess he's very well informed in terms of how ignition works and fueling.
Okay.
So anyway, I guess he developed this product. This is just stuff that I've kind of researched on my own from looking on YouTube videos and Google.
Okay.
But anyway, so what this product is supposed to do is that it's supposed to trick your bike into thinking that it's colder, like the ambient temperature is actually colder than it really is.
Oh,
So what this
okay.
does is that it enriches
It's now
the fuel.
injecting
Yes.
more fuel.
Correct, just a little bit.
To compensate for the colder air, which is
Right.
more dense air.
Yeah,
So it's saying
exactly.
more dense air needs more fuel.
Yeah. So in terms of all the videos that I've seen about Booster Plug,
Yep.
everyone says it's amazing. No one's given any bad reviews about it.
Interesting.
They talk about how it smoothens out their idle, and how it reduces the backfiring.
Okay.
The popping sound.
Yes, because
on
again, that's-
deceleration.
yep.
And some people say that it's even they feel the extra kick, a little bit more power.
Did you read any blogs or any information or see any videos on your particular bike?
Very, very few. Okay. Yeah. Again, my bike is not a very popular bike.
I was going to say, like, there's so little
Like
about...
if I had the Gixxer,
Yeah, it would be all
there's
over.
tons, right?
Yeah.
But for the Gixxis, there's not that much information. So,
Now, your engine, is that shared with anything else?
well, it's a K5 engine, right? So the older Gixxers, right? But
So I
no,
wonder if they have that on the older ones.
possibly. But so in any case, so I got
right.
this, and I'm eager to give it a try, because one of the things that I didn't like about my bike is that there's a bit of like this, especially if you're like in first gear, low RPMs, you're just kind of cruising in town. There's this like herky jerky kind of like stop and go kind of emotion, right? It's very
Oh.
abrupt. And
Like, you mean like super sensitive on the throttle?
yeah, very
The second
sensitive on
you-
the throttle,
okay,
right?
okay.
So as soon as you let off the throttle, it dies down,
lot.
and even if you give her a little bit, it jumps up.
Okay.
So you're always doing this like you're like riding
Yeah.
a bucking bronco, right? Kind of thing. So I didn't like that. And this is supposed to smoothen it out, right? And apparently it's supposed to give you a little bit extra power. How much power, I don't know. I've searched dyno results on booster plugs.
This guy does not need any more power because, I mean, swear to God, this bike has so much pull.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I really hate it. But mind you, last year, and I don't. Did we do videos or not? I can't remember.
No,
Anyways,
we didn't do any videos, no.
So we were doing some pull tests, right? When we went down to Hamilton to pick up one of the demo MT10s. So not my MT10, but one of the demo MT10s, and it was still in break-in. So I was being kind of a little bit extra cautious. Whereas this year, well, it's going to be all balls out, buddy.
There we go.
All
There we go.
balls out. I am.
Balls out is always good.
You got to use a washroom. All right, here, give me a second. Wow, must be nice to be skinny. Holy smokes.
No.
You just fit through there, man. So what is this then? Is it similar to a plug and play?
Yeah.
Not mechanical.
So what it does is that it tricks your ECU into thinking that the ambient temperature is actually about, I guess some people have said 10, others have said 20 degrees. They could be
Just
talking
more
Celsius
below
or Fahrenheit.
than what it is, or all the time?
Lower than what it actually is.
So it just alternates. So even though it's 40, it'll say it's kind of 20.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what the
will
exact
adjust.
degrees are,
Okay.
but it does. They do say that it tricks your ECU into thinking it's colder outside than it really is.
Okay.
So
Just
it always. So the ECU is always trying to enrich the fuel. Apparently.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I haven't opened this box yet. As you can see, there's a little tab there. We're gonna do it now.
And we got a knife.
There we go. All right. So let's give this a
That's yours. I want to see. And is it a piggyback system or what? I have no idea.
So
What
it's
this is.
supposed to plug in to your, I think your thermostat or something like that, or plug into your air temperature sensor or something.
Oh, okay.
And so the way it works is, again, this is just based on the videos that I've seen.
Yep.
So on the one end, it plugs into your
Here,
the actual.
We're gonna get some view. Zoom into this one here. There we go.
On the one end, it plugs into your actual, I guess, temperature reader,
Yep,
and on the
yep.
other end, it plugs into your ECU.
Yep.
And then you have this little thing here that actually checks your ambient temperature.
Okay.
So this is it checks the ambient temperature, and then it tricks your computer into thinking that it's actually colder than it really is.
Yeah. Well, here, let's see if I can zoom in onto this thing here. So yeah. So there you go. So it's basically a plug-and-play system here.
Very simple.
So it's quite interesting.
Yeah. So in my case, I'd have to lift the gas tank.
Yep.
And then from there, I access the air filter, and it plugs in somewhere around there apparently. So I haven't seen the instructions yet. So
I was gonna say, is there software that you have to do
Nope,
on this,
no
or basically
Nothing.
you just plug it in
Yeah.
and you play? Oh, look at that!
and I love this little guy. That's always awesome.
Let's see if we can get that. There it says, yeah, power commander, little guy peeing on it. That's not fair. That's not nice. Huh? It's a sticker. It says, yeah, power commander. I pee on power commander. Well,
And they give me a little
A
keychain, booster plug keychain.
Booster plug keychain.
And this is
we
a
gotta
little
check it out.
neck scarf warmer thing or whatever it is.
I gotta. I'll definitely put a link into it so we can take a look, and I'll definitely be searching. So I presume they make it for everything, all bikes.
All bikes with an O2 sensor. Because apparently it needs an O2 sensor in order to read something, I don't know, the air fuel mixture or something like that. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to installing this, and mainly not for extra power really, but just to kind of smoothen out my throttle.
Just to see a smaller MT10 in your mirror.
There you go.
How did you get it? And
So I ordered it through Booster Plug. So you can go on to their website.
so you had to go to the website.
boosterplug.com, I believe.
Okay.
And so I ordered it through them.
Be very cautious how you enter that in, because you might get something else.
You never know. So yeah.
Thanks,
we'll
John.
see.
This is the best ride I've ever had.
We'll see. But yeah, if any of you guys have a Gixxus and you guys know the kind of abrupt kind of throttle response,
Yeah.
you know, apparently this is supposed to help it. So, you know, I'm going to give it a shot, and
And if any of you actually are running this booster plug system, let us know your feedback. Totally like to know.
Yeah. So from the searches that I've found, there aren't that many. Even though this company's, I think, been around for quite a few years.
I will be curious to see if you actually
Notice something?
feel the difference. Like,
Everyone that
oh my
has installed this
Yeah.
have said that they've noticed improved fueling.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some people have even claimed that they feel that it's more that they're getting more power out of their motorcycle as
Yeah,
well.
smoother or
less
whatever.
backfiring. So yeah. So we'll see
More
what happens.
Can I ask how much it cost you?
Yeah, it was. I think
Now,
about,
no deals here, right? This is straight out. John has purchased it, and there's nothing in liens or tied in with the company itself, right?
Yeah, no, I think I paid something like, now don't quote me on this, but I believe it was something like 150 something US. Okay, and then I got. Then I had to pay.
That's Europe, right? So it's
Yeah.
in euros, which then transfers over to
No,
US.
US.
Okay.
So they listed it in a US price.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was like 150 something US.
Okay.
And then I had to pay, I think it was the shipping company, DHL.
Oh,
Like $21 or whatever it was.
brokerage fee.
Yeah. So then
Now,
I'm
shipping
paying,
fee or brokerage?
I think that was a shipping fee.
Okay.
Now I think they say free shipping, but then I think once it arrives here, then I have to pay
Transfers.
DHL
Okay.
as well. So I didn't have to pay customs or anything.
I was going to say, be cautious because I've got dinged before, where in 3 weeks' time you're going to get a brokerage fee in the mail by DHL. That's happened. So
I don't doubt that. So anyway, so in total, I think I paid
Shame on you, DHL.
$150 give or take something US, and I paid another $21 Canadian. So there you
whatever. I mean, you know what?
But you know what? If it smooths out my throttle, and if it gives me a little extra power, I mean, why not? Right?
You go to a Power Commander 5.
Oh, it's like
Or a
$400
Power
or
Commander
$500,
3,
right?
You know, I mean, you're looking
300
at
something US,
$4.99, or $3.99, whatever.
Yeah.
By the time you get shipping and brokerage on that, anyways, you're still looking at you know, $600. I mean,
so I'm eager to give it a try, and we'll see.
Yeah.
And well, I'm not going to be able to ride my bike to let you guys know, but hopefully in the spring. Right?
Soon.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go. Booster plug.
You? Anything new?
Look it up.
Nothing new. He just wants to ride. He's so depressed. I just want to ride. Every day he reminds me, I want to ride. So,
Just the motorcycle show.
Oh, that's coming up in actually
February, right? January, February?
I thought it said January this year, didn't it? I thought it was a little bit earlier. You'd have to take a look on the. I thought it was earlier this year.
Okay.
I gotta sit on
It'll be really interesting. Yeah, he wants to sit on the R1. I will be. Hopefully, if I can attend all 3 days, I'll definitely attend all 3 days. So any of you guys within the Toronto region want to hang out, come on over and see us.
Yeah, where's it this year?
Still the same place. Yeah, the Enercare Center, right? So
It never really changes though, does it?
no, it never really changes. I mean, the past 2 years that I was there, right? So same thing.
Well, there'll be new bikes there, you know, like the Tenere.
Tenere 700 will definitely be there, so come and take a look at that. That's for sure.
The MT3.
MT-03, we'll definitely get one of those as well, I'm hoping. I can't wait to see it in person. Like, we've announced it, launched it, and I've yet to see one in person. So the only thing was just those colors again this year. The exact same colors.
They did the blue.
Except for the MT-10.
Yeah.
The MT-10 did not do that damn blue, and I want that blue. Worst case scenario, it's
They
just
have it in the other countries, yeah?
I could, because the grays are all the same from 19 and 20. I could just get the gray bike and then take the tank off and then get and order up a blue tank. And there you go. There you have it. Right?
No, but the gray.
Why didn't you guys come out with it
gray
here?
bike
I
has
just
yellow
don't
wheels,
understand.
Yeah?
No, it doesn't. It has the red wheels. Oh yeah, then I would have to get the tank and the wheels because they're blue wheels as well. So, no, to hell with it. I give up.
Just get an R1, it's got all those colors.
I'm not getting them. Should get the. We received the R1M full carbon fiber. Nice. Oh my god!
Nice.
I took some pictures and I sent it over to Sage. I said, "Here, check this out." And he's like, "Oh my god!" So, it's nice. And then I sat on it.
Yeah, we're too old for sport bikes.
No, man, that's just no good. I will take the MT-10 hands down any day for that, for sure. So, anyways, we're going to continue eating here, and again, thank you very much for tuning in. Do let us know if you have any questions, any inquiries, just shout outs or whatever like that. Feel free to comment. We will always respond. Until next time, be safe, have fun, be good, take care. And I think that's kind of a wrap, isn't it? Yeah. Enjoy. Woohoo. Keep it covered. Don't forget. There you go.
There you go.
I mean helmet.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know where your dirty mind's at, you dirty little boy.
Don't mention it.
These are the best darn wings ever. Like we've been. Oh, where was I? I went to. Swiss Chalet.
Okay.
With us.
When did we go? Yeah, it was
You got wings from
Saturday.
Swiss Chalet?
Because their grandma Nana always, when we go there on Saturdays, most of the time, she always gets wings, right?
Okay.
Faithfully, and as much as she likes him, and blah 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 blah, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I wasn't hungry. I just had supper, and then these guys wanted to eat, so I went out with them, and I said I'll just have some wings, right? So.
What was it, like 8 wings?
Yeah, 8, 10 wings. I can't
Size
remember.
that
Whatever.
equaled like 3.
Oh yeah, like they were tiny little things, but man, they taste like poop.
Right.
Oh, I was just like, how can she even like this? It's absolutely horrible. Like,
Right.
oh my God, they're gross. Small and just
Tasteless?
no good whatsoever. And they were hot, and I was just like, what? Just these guys, Colonel Mustards, have their wings, and they
Hard to find a good wing place.
it's hard to find a good wing place. Like, look at that wing. Like, ooh, here, let's see if I can zoom into that. And look at that meat on that wing. It's just fantastic. Anyways, so whatever. Look at my wing. Colonel Mustards, Markham, Ontario, Highway 7.
Yeah.
Best damn thing you can ever get. Anyways, peace. Ciao. I need to bring Nana here. Oh, I'd have to bring her here one night.
One night.
I want to get a group as well coming over here from work, like after work on a Tuesday would be really nice as well if we can.
But you know what's
summertime it's
happened,
easier.
though, is that because I've had wings from here, if I go anywhere else and I order wings, it's crap. It's always crap.
That's it. It's just it's not the same.
Even that place that we went to with Gord and those guys.
Yeah.
Best wings in town.
What was it? There's quite a few wing places in Kingston actually.
Okay.
I was checking out their Google stuff, and there was like Wing Emporium and Wing this and Wing that and Ding-a-ling Wing, all different, all sorts of weird stuff. But you'd read the reviews, and they didn't seem to be that great. But yet we read.
Aren't good for this.
I know we read
It's about
here.
the music though.
Really?
And
the
most of
bands.
read here, and half of the people were saying like the customer service sucks and this and that and all that, and I was just like, what? I mean, we've always been well treated here and stuff like that, and
Never had a problem.
food has been always fantastic.
No, it was also the bands though.
Bands.
The band's not getting paid.
Yeah. Anyways, be safe, have fun, be good. Ciao. Bye bye.